CNBC-TV18. Right now, let me invite Hemang Jani, retail equity strategist at Motilal Oswal Financial Services, on the show now. Hemang, would you believe Q4 is an aberration? The structural drivers for Indian IT continue to remain very promising, and therefore, is the current dip a buying opportunity, or would you wait it out?
Good afternoon, Rima. I think definitely the numbers that have been out, TCS and Infosys both, there is definitely a sense of disappointment, more so from Infosys. And while many investors are, a little disheartened by these kind of show, what we must remember is that in terms of valuations, we are reaching a value zone. And while the external environment is, bit not clear, typically, we do not see this as a material event which would change the earnings big time for majority of the IT companies. So we think that for those who are looking out for a medium to long term kind of an investment, TCS in particular provides a great entry point, and we will have to wait out for the numbers from some of the mid cap IT companies, because Rima, what we must also reckon that the mid-cap IT companies is where the valuations were on a higher side. So depending upon how they show on the numbers or the guidance, the market would definitely react. But there is no point getting incrementally negative at this price point for some of the large cap companies.
Okay, so no point selling in any further, I guess that's Hemang's view. Hemang, afternoon. Just want to get your thoughts on the move that we are seeing towards the FMCG side of the market. I mean, as we're speaking, Nestle is up about 4.5%. These are large stocks we're talking about. Britannia, a couple of others also finding, quite a few takers. Could this be because of some money moving from IT to FMCG, or is it a specific FMCG-driven kind of a rally? Just your thoughts on what we're seeing today and whether you would buy anything in the FMCG basket.
Yes, Surbi, part of the resilience or strength that we are seeing in FMCG has to do something with the sell-off in the IT and the money rotation that has happened, let's say in banking and FMCG and maybe some other sectors like auto. Also, the fact that FMCG as a sector has remained quite dull for an extended period of time, and as we are into the result season, some of the companies like Godrej Consumer, Britannia, to some extent Asian Paints, where the number expectation is slightly good and the actual volume growth may not be that bad. So people are kind of taking, some nudge over there because of the result expectation. Overall, we like some of the names like Godrej Consumer. We do like Britannia. I think Nestle also we are seeing a fairly good amount of resilience. So it would be prudent to have some exposure to some of these names.
All right. Hi, Hemang. Good afternoon. Hemang, what about the gold financiers? Some of these Manappuram, Muthoot, they've seen a good rebound from the day's low. Of the banking bank is something that you like. Then CSP, which has close to around 45-50% of its book towards gold, which they're looking to reduce. Well, that as well is making a fresh 52-week high. In fact, we just pull up a last one-year chart, we pull up a year-to-date chart. CSP has already made a 52-week high and it's outperformed most of the Nifty Bank. Any view on these stocks, either CSP or the other core gold financiers?
So, Nigel, Manappuram is something that we like in terms of valuations, and partly because of the gold prices, and more so because of the this recent RBI move not to hike the repo rate. I think the NBFC sector could go through some sort of a re-rating in a positive way because of that. And we do think that Manappuram, because of the core book being in good shape, valuations being much lower, somewhere around 1.15, 1.2 price to book, and gold price being where it is today. It makes some good case for allocation over there. Though it's a mid-cap company, so one can't really take a very big aggressive exposure. But yes, as a mid-cap company, it makes sense to have some exposure.
Hemang, do stay on. Need to slip into a very short break. We'll come back and address more stocks like L&T, Cummins, and we'll also invite N. Jay Kumar, Prime Securities, on the other side.